Do you like supporting artists? Do you like nerdy things like Dungeons and Dragons? Then Co-op Creations SD is the store for you. You can find adorable dragons, menacing mind flayers, and jealous jelly cubes to accompany you on your adventures. Need a way to safely transport your math rocks? Then their homemade dice bags will keep your click-clacks warm. Stop on by their Etsy page soon, as stock is limited.
Welcome to Campaigns of the Plane. Thank you for joining us for our special six-shot prequel session to Monster of the Week. This is a special story that we decide will take place in between the first season and the upcoming second season. Now, few things just to clarify. You may have noticed I'm not Josh. Josh is actually taking a step back and unfortunately can't join us for a few games here, but we will be seeing him in the future.
This is the past.
Additionally, you may have noticed that we don't look anything like we do last time you saw us in the Final Fantasy campaign, and that's because we're recording this way in advance. There was just some circumstances, and we decided this was the time we were going to check out this story. So,
yeah, right? Like, I didn't know how long Christian's beard could get.
I'm actually curious to see. Yeah.
Yep.
So,
and Travis, I did you dye your hair in the future? I don't.
Who knows?
Oh, please do.
Are we doing the thing that we did that was confusing last time to me?
Oh my god.
Let's not do.
Guys, if I show up 6 episodes later with short hair,
I'm too sober.
You know
to
why.
understand any of this.
Yeah. So, anyway, make sure that you follow us on YouTube or your favorite podcast platforms. Make sure to like and follow us on Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. We appreciate your support and your followership. And with that, let's dive on in to Monster of the Week. So, last we left...
That's my music dance.
Yeah.
Wait, what's the thing that they do on Star Trek when they... Oh, turbulence, when they're all, like, moving around. Whoa!
No, that's our earthquake.
Oh, earthquake.
Yeah, that was earthquake. We have that earthquake in a while.
Yeah,
Well, that's because you moved the thing and I can't kick it anymore.
Yeah.
Oh,
There we
sure.
go. Now there's an earthquake.
Tremor! Just in the Dakotas, though.
Hey, I saw that movie for
Yep.
the first time ever.
It's a good movie.
And we're already sidetracked.
I know, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I think that movie came out in the 90s.
So,
Yeah.
We're doing a thing.
last we left off, the heroes of Monster of the Week Supernatural found themselves transported into the future in the strange, bizarre world of 1992. But what we didn't know about was the happenings of the in-between. We take ourselves to the year 1990. It is a very warm, humid summer night in the city of Rapid City, South Dakota. We pan into a home where a family is starting to get ready for bed. A man in his late 40s is tucking in his daughter, and he says, "Good night, sleep tight, don't let the bed bugs bite." And she looks up at him and says, "Daddy, there's a monster in my closet." "No, there's nothing there." He goes over and opens it and looks in and says, "See, nothing to see. Now, you get some sleep. You got school tomorrow." And he walks out the door and closes it. The girl tosses and turns. Doesn't seem to get to sleep. She's too excited. School's about to end, and it's just so warm out. And then that's when she hears it. A blood-curdling scream from down the hall. 2 screams. And a monstrous roar. She trepidatiously creeps to the door, shaking, not knowing what she would find. And she cracks her door open just a little bit, just to see the horror of her parents' blood splattered around the hallway, and a dark shadow leaping through the window at the end of the hallway. And then we go to now. So, it is a few months later. It's July. It's unusually cold, considering how the summer started. You've all been drawn to a mysterious figure. Let's start with Eric. Could you please describe how your character looks in the vehicle they are driving?
The vehicle that you see my character pull up in is an 87 red Chevy Silverado. It is fairly new, but just covered in dust and debris and just like it's been driven on the gravel roads quite a bit. As he steps out of the truck, gas station coffee cups, empty ones, kind of fall out, in big gulps and stuff like that. Just anything that you could get at a gas station, just kind of like tumble out as he steps out. He steps out. He's a tall individual. He's 6'3", really broad shoulders, very fit. He has like the body of like a wrestler, so very toned and whatnot. He is wearing a black like sweatshirt with a giant Guess logo on it, so the triangle, very very chic. Around his neck, he has an old Nikon 35mm like SLR camera, and then he's wearing straight acid wash denim jeans that are cuffed at the cuffs. His cuffs are like rolled and like pegged or whatever that used to be called.
Right.
And then he is wearing you could tell a couple years old, and they're the the Reebok Pump sneakers. You could tell they used to be white, but they're kind of dusty and dirty. What else? He's got like dirty blonde hair that he keeps really short on the sides, but it's really long on top, and he's constantly kind of moving it out of his forehead when it falls like in tendrils. But he's got it parted down the middle, and is just always trying to pushing it back. Yeah, that is my character. I don't know if you want to give names away yet.
No, that's fine.
Okay, cool. That is what he looks like.
And you pull up to the School of Mines in Rapid City, to the physics department building. And it's pretty late at this point. It's late afternoon. You see a few people walking back and forth, a few professors. You go up to the doors, and the doors are still unlocked. There's probably some people still working there. What did you want to do?
I would probably run around and try to find the first person I could see, and ask them if they have seen a friend. You remember his name? I remember his last name. Theodore, Professor Mateus. So I'd run up and try to find the first person and ask them if they've seen Professor Mateus.
So you do find someone. It looks like just a young 20-something girl. She has blonde hair pulled back into a pony. She is just wearing some comfortable clothes. You see she's wearing a sweater with School of Mines on it. She is, you can tell she's a little older. This is July after all, so you guess that she's maybe like in a graduate course or something like that, or doing some sort of study on campus. And she kind of looks at you bewildered and says, "You didn't hear? It's all over the news.
What?
Kevin, he's gone. He's dead.
What?
Like, it was very public."
When? Like he just called me. I just got a phone call from him and he needed help, so I drove all the way out here. But that was just a couple days ago.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Yeah, no, they think he was murdered. It's really weird. There's been a lot of those going around. And then she kind of looks at you funny, and it looks like she's kind of ready to bolt. Considering everything that's been happening, like what she just told you, she's a little scared to be out this late, even. And now someone's kind of talking about someone that was murdered. So, yeah, she says, "I'm sorry, I think I better get going."
Oh, okay. Thanks for the help.
Yeah.
Bye.
So yeah, she leaves.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, so as you're kind of standing there, bewildered, a gentleman comes up behind you. He's a little taller. He is not necessarily built. He has a little pudge on him, actually. Kind of looks like your typical nerd. But he comes up to you and says, "Hey, you looking for Mateus?"
Yeah. Did you know him?
Not quite, but I know someone who did. And he tells you that there is a spot that overlooks Rapid that his employer, who did know Mateus, would probably be interested in meeting.
Do you know where his office was?
I think it was in the physics building over there.
Okay. How do I get to this spot?
He gives you directions
Okay.
up to this lookout point, if you will.
Sexy.
Yep.
I would thank him, and then can I go to the office? I just want to look around and see if I can find anything.
Yeah. So you go over. Like I said, the physics building is unlocked. So you get in. Are you trying to like sneak around, or are you just like looking at a directory and beelining to his office?
Yeah, I would probably kind of try to figure out where it is because I don't think I've ever been there before. And then,
Right.
I mean, it seems you said it was later at night, but there's people around, so I
Yeah,
probably
there's-
wouldn't
there's-
try to sneak around. I'd probably just try to get in and see what's going on.
Okay. Yeah, you find a directory right as you enter the door. It's hung right next to the entryway. And you do see Matthias, 204. And you head up there.
Yeah, I'd just like to look around and see if there's any like materials that he left. I like kind of have an idea of what he was working on, but I want to see if he left anything.
Okay. So you go up there, and his office door is locked. Are you going to try and force your way in, or?
Can I look around and see if anyone else is in the hallway?
Yeah. You look around, and you do see there is a janitor up
Okay.
here. That is just he's at the opposite end of this hallway you're in.
Okay.
He's mopping some of the floors up there. Yeah. What do you want to do?
Let me double check something. I think I trying to remember if I picked the right thing. Can I go over to the janitor and introduce myself? Like, just ask him how his day is going and kind of like schmooze him a bit.
Yeah. Why don't we get the first roll of the night here?
Perfect.
Why don't you manipulate someone?
Okay. Manipulate someone.
So it's 2d6 plus your charm.
Okay, let me see. Well, I'm not very charming. But I rolled 2 6s.
Holy shit.
Oh, damn.
Nice. Okay, so
Very nice.
on a 10 plus, they'll do it for the reason you give them. If you ask too much, they'll tell you the minimum it would take for them to do it, or if there's no way they do it. So
Okay.
you're going up to this janitor and schmoozing him, and you know this guy. He grew up in Rapid. You grew up in Iowa. Like you two, like definitely click. Like just that good old boy nature. Like yeah. What do you ask? Or what do you say to him, I should say?
I'd probably like say something and be like, I'd say, "Oh, my name's Michael. I was working with the professor. He wanted me to grade some papers, and I lost my key, and I can't get into his office. I'm gonna be I'm in a real jam. Can you let me in there so I can get that stuff? I just need to get these papers out before midterms for the summer, so these kids can see what their grade is. Please, like, help me out."
Right. Yeah, the janitor gives you a real sympathetic look, like, "Oh, you knew Matthias? Oh, that's so bad about what happened, man. I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm not gonna, prevent bright young minds from learning." So he gets his ring of keys out and goes over and unlocks the door for you, and then he says, "It was nice talking to you," and he's just gonna go off and keep mopping the hallway.
Thanks, man. I really appreciate it. Have a good night.
No problem. Yeah, you too.
Tell the wife I say hi.
Will do.
Or husband, whatever. It's the 90s. I don't know.
Yeah, whatever.
Anyway.
anyway.
In Rapid City?
Whatever. You might have a fucking mannequin in your basement. I don't know, Dad.
It's true.
Hey, don't give away secrets.
Yeah, right? The janitor did it.
Okay, so you gain access to the office. What
Okay.
would you like to do?
Kind of look around. Do I see anything that jumps out at me?
I think this calls for another roll.
Okay, am I gonna-
Investigate a mystery.
Okay,
So
that's
that
pretty
is-
sharp.
Yeah, plus sharp.
Okay, I'm sharp. Let's see if I'm a good roller again. I'm not a good roller. That is a 4 plus 2 for 6 sharp.
That is a miss, unfortunately.
Okay.
So,
Is that a fail? Do I take?
What's that?
So if you fail a roll, don't you get something?
Experience.
Yeah.
Yes, you do get experience. So
Perfect.
go ahead and mark one off on your sheet.
Let me see if I put that on my sheet. Okay, perfect. So you say I don't
Okay.
see anything, huh?
No, you shuffle around and like sort through some papers and you check some of his desk drawers, but just doesn't seem to be anything that would warrant someone attacking him or for some sudden disappearance.
Do I see like maybe a book bag or a satchel or anything? Anything of his that would be personal like that just sitting around?
I would say as far as personal stuff, you don't see much except you do see a picture of his family. You see a wife and you see 2 young sons, and they're all framed in a picture, and it says, there's a little like embroidery, or not embroidery, but embellishment at the bottom that says, sorry, one second, Theo, Marie, Max, and Teddy Jr.
I will take the photo.
Okay.
I'm gonna take it with me. And if I don't see anything else, I'd probably just grab some paperwork so it looks like I took some tests just in case anyone sees me, and I'll go back to my pickup.
Sounds good. So yeah, no one gives you any troubles. You look like you're on a mission, and you get back to your truck safe. Do you head up to the point that the guy told you to go to?
Yeah, that's probably where I would head. Because the only other information I have.
Okay. Sounds good. So you start making your way up there. So with that, let's go ahead and we'll go over to Alysia. So Alysia, why don't you give us a physical description of your character and the car that...
Okay. No name yet, or did you do a name?
I didn't do a name until I was role playing.
Okay, perfect. Okay.
Right.
Okay, so my character is, a lot smaller than your character. She's, 5'2", but she makes up for that height in hair volume.
Oh.
She's got, really tight, curly hair with, short bangs that are curly, a la, Mariah Carey's look in the 90s, where she had that really super, super curly hair. She's got big plastic frame glasses on that were really popular in the 90s. The little, nose strip that are, all the kids are wearing now.
And, the V pattern?
Yeah, that all the kids are wearing now, the big plastic, whatever. And she is wearing a gray, long blazer with a matching, pant that is pleated in the front, belted with, a black belt, and she's wearing a blush pink blouse. It's sleeveless, but she's got a blazer on over, but it's summer, so if she gets hot, she can take it off, right? I'm going for, a Pretty Woman look when she gets all business casual dressed up.
Right.
So that movie came out in March 1990.
Oh.
Yeah,
and,
Big mistake.
Yeah, big, huge. And she's got on some nice black pumps and some matching skin tone tights. Very proper. And she is driving a 1988, what was it? Station wagon. I think Ford made the station wagon, maybe? I don't know who does things. Oldsmobile station wagon? Oldsmobile station wagon. It's white, but it's got that brown wood paneling all the way around it.
Oh.
And it is pristine clean. It looks nice. Practical.
Well, it's only 2 years old.
It's only 2 years old. It's got a big ass trunk. Got all kinds of stuff in there.
All that Aquanet.
All that Aquanet. Yeah. That's her.
Okay. All right. So you've been on the road for a few days. You're chasing a lead. And a few days ago, you were contacted by some man on the phone that said that there was someone that needed to see you, that they've been following your career and that they might have some information on the case that you've been pursuing. So he gave you some coordinates that take you up to kind of this lookout cliff that resides above Rapid City. So you make your way up there. You get lost a couple of times just because the roads get quite windy up there in the hills, but eventually you do make it there, and it's about dusk. The sun is starting to set now. And as you pull up, you see the outline of a woman. She looks like she is definitely middle-aged. It's kind of hard to see here in the darkness, but she definitely has a limp as she turns around to look at you. And you can see that her hair is it's actually kind of flat and long. It's not as poofy and curly as the trends are at the time. And she has it kind of pulled back into a tail. And she just looks very practical from what you can see. Like she's wearing just a button-down shirt, might be plaid or flannel, wearing just jeans. What do you do?
I will get out of my car and approach her.
Okay. So you get out and approach her, and the lady approaches and enters the view of your headlights, and she says, "Welcome. I assume you're one of the people I called?"
Well, hopefully.
Say that again? We couldn't hear you.
Well, hopefully, or else I drove all the way out here for nothing.
Indeed. I'm sorry. My name's Susie Barton.
Toni.
And who are you?
Toni.
Toni. Nice to meet you, Toni. We have a few other people coming here. I remember you. I promised you some information on the gig you're following, and I think everything's going to come to light here as soon as I can talk to all of you as a group. Around that time, you see. That's when you see the Silverado truck pull up. And a young, handsome, strong man hops out, which we had seen before. Eric, do you introduce yourself to them?
I would stumble out of my car. More coffee cups would fall out of it.
Yeah.
I just kind of throw them back in. That's what I do.
Right.
I go over to the two ladies.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd say, I'm Michael. I was friends with the professor. I was told I could find some information about him up here.
Yeah, I see my man got hold of you. Yes, I'm Susie, and I'm sorry about the professor, but we knew that you were talking with him and that he was onto some stuff. So we're quite interested in your story as well. I hear it's pretty interesting. And as she's saying that, you see another vehicle roll up. Christian, why don't you describe your character and their vehicle?
So what you see drive up is a 1990 Chevy Tahoe in pitch black. And out comes he's an average build. He looks very clean. The suit, as soon as you see him, it screams. This is night, by the way, right?
Yeah, it's dusk time right now,
Okay.
so the light is failing.
Okay. Well, the suit, it just screams. This guy is obviously a Fed. He cannot hide it, no matter how much he may try. But he does have his hair kept up real nice. It seems large. I guess that was a thing, everybody had kind of large kept hair. We'll swoop back. He definitely, he has a aura of maybe a little nerdy and kind of strange, but definitely still has a a look. He maybe if you got to know him, he could be nice, he could be cool. It's hard to say. Somehow looks like a nerd, but also has a little bit of swagger. Yeah.
Swaggy nerd.
Yeah. So yeah, he's got the typical FBI looking kind of suit, right? Like this dude is the black tie, clean white undershirt, black jacket and pants.
Okay. Yeah, Susie looks over to you and says, we got the Fed finally. Why don't you come on over here? We're gonna get talking here as soon as our last member arrives.
Hey, you look familiar. Have you done work in New York before?
I've done work everywhere before.
Did you work on the Santiago case?
Santiago?
Found half of them in a tree. You remember that one?
Oh, I do remember that one. Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happened to the
Hey, wait, are you the
That's just
one that
different halves.
that was asking about the camera stuff?
Maybe. This could be.
You do seem familiar yourself.
Name's Tony.
Tony.
Who
David.
are you? David.
Is that Tony with an I?
Yeah. Real name's Antonia, but only my mama gets to call me that. And God.
Just out of curiosity, why bother telling anyone if only those two can say it?
I don't know.
I was just curious. you don't owe me.
Just in case I'm dead, my mom tries to call my phone, and you answer it, and she's like, "Have you seen Antonia?" And you're like, "No, I don't know an Antonia."
You know what? I'll take that. That's a good one. That's a great response. Makes sense to me. David.
I have a
Okay.
cousin named Michael and a cousin named David.
That's right.
If Matt comes in and his name is Frederick, I'm out. That's
Change his name quickly. Oh shit, my brother called me Freddy.
Oh,
Well, my legal name is
they're all
Frederick.
brothers too.
Yeah. We're all brothers.
If one of your family members has Matt's name, I'm just flipping the computer. Like, I don't think there's any way possible that coincidence could happen.
Maybe she's Fred, because it might be a girl. It could be Frederica.
And I actually have a cousin named Anthony, and my aunt calls him Tony. I didn't even know what I did. What have we done?
Okay, so with that, you see a older vehicle approaching. It's a small vehicle. Matt, why don't you introduce your character and the car you're driving?
Okay, so it's pretty hard to see, but with the dim amount of light, you see approaching a older Honda Civic, probably about 79. It's powder blue. It looks pretty beat up. Looks like it's definitely been around the block once or twice. And you can distinctly hear some very loud music coming from it. You're not quite sure, 'cause I don't know the band, but it'd be some like very loud poppy, like think like Britney Spears before Britney Spears was the thing, right?
It's the Bangles.
That type of
I
stuff.
don't know yet.
And so
Madonna. Madonna has always existed.
sure, Madonna, yes. So Madonna's blaring, and I pull up next to one of your cars, and you see the door just like fling open as I'm grabbing a bunch of shit out of my car, and I get out and I have a large satchel across my body. I'll start off from the top. I have short, curly red hair, pretty pale skin with freckles all over. I have a black vest with a red top underneath. You can see some bangle earrings hanging from my ears, and as I approach, you can see like I have a bunch of bracelets and necklaces, and like tight black leggings. The satchel I've flung over my shoulder like crosses my chest. You can see there's several ornate decorations on the satchel with crescent moons and stars, as well as arcane symbols. And I take out from the satchel a wide-brimmed, pointed black hat that was stuffed. So I have to like poke the middle to get it to like pop top perfectly. It has like orange filigree around the top. And you can see as I was pulling out the hat, that there's just a bunch of papers like very strewn about in my bag, as well as probably like a bunch of makeup and shit. But I'm very disorganized, and as I approach, I kind of just like stick out my hand way too far in advance and approach and be like, "Hi, I'm Trixi. Sorry I'm late."
Trixi and Toni.
You know what? I do have. No, I'm just kidding.
And she bows, and when she does, her hat falls off, and she snaps her fingers, and her hat just flings back on top of her head.
She's got tricks. I like her. I don't know why I was Southern.
It's a little early for Halloween, isn't it?
It's never too early for Halloween.
Well, it's actually July, so it is either too late or too early.
Yeah, no,
this is about as far away from Halloween as you can get.
Yeah.
Actually, April is.
This is my year-round look. Halloween is for fun. But anyway, I'm Trixi. And you are, as she like extends her hand to all of you.
Toni.
Hi, I'm David.
Toni, David, muscly guy.
Michael. Friends call me Mickey. You can call me
Mickey.
Michael.
Oh, okay, Michael.
Mickey, like
okay.
the little mouse.
Squeak, squeak, bitch.
Oh, okay. And she points at the older woman. And you are?
And I'm Susie.
Oh, Susie. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Your parents were in contact with me. You're my potential new apprentice.
Exciting.
Parents?
Yeah.
What are you, like 12?
I'm like, and she kind of looks embarrassed, but she's like, I'm like, 21.
It's okay.
Is
all
she
get started
lying?
at different
Insight
ages
check.
Actually, is
That
she
isn't a
lying?
thing.
I do have a thing that my suspicious mind. I know if someone is lying.
Oh, well, I mean, she's 18, so she.
I mean, if you want to, I assume it's a manipulate someone. I mean,
No, it's like it's
Like an inability.
Oh yeah, it's just if someone lies, I know it.
okay. Are you lying?
Yes, I was lying. I said I was 21.
Yeah,
I'm really 18.
Okay, cool.
But I don't say that out, obviously, to everybody.
Hmm.
He just knows I'm lying.
Yeah. She looks a little young for her age. Anyway, so Susie starts gathering up the breath to make up a little spiel. And David, you get a good look at Susie finally, and you make a connection. You make a connection that you heard from Raymond last time you heard from him. And you recognize who Susie is. This is the last surviving member of the Apocalypse 6.
Oh.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, she was the last one alive when her team went down fighting the elementals 5 years ago.
Things happen when we lost. Good job.
Yeah.
Good job, us.
All right. So unless you want to do anything with that information, I'll just keep going. So Susie starts speaking, and she says, so I got all of you here together because honestly, we need help. And I know a lot of you probably don't even know what I'm talking about, but you all have been touched in various ways in the supernatural, in the unexplained. There's a lot of things that go bump in the night, and hell, some of you even go bump in the night. But I run an organization that keeps those things in check, and I need a team. I need a team to go out and maintain the balance. Now, we've had some quiet time here for the last 5 years. Hasn't been a whole lot other than the occasional vampire crops up, or harpy, or ghost.
Goodness.
But things have been getting worse. a lot worse. That's where you all come in. Now, I know you all have your different agendas. 2 of you are following cases. Another one of you trying to figure out what happened to their friend. Another just wants to get control of her crazy life. But I can provide some guidance, but only if you do something for me first. See, Rapid City has been hit with a bad wave of murders. Some of the police reports say that they're animal attacks. Pretty sure that it's a pack of werewolves. They live out here in the Black Hills. They haven't been causing us any problems for years. They're what you call heritage werewolves. They were born this way. But for some reason they started outright attacking people in their own homes. We're worried that something might be stirring them up. So I need you all to figure it out and to get these wolves under control. So, any questions?
Did you want us to like capture them or something, or are we killing them?
Like I said, my organization, we maintain the balance. We don't necessarily want to kill all the wolves if there are those that are willing to just go back to their forest and hunt the deer and the mountain lions like they did before. But if you have to kill them, then kill them. We can't let some wayward monsters go start a war with the humans, or God forbid if any of the hunters pick up on this.
Well, hopefully we don't have to kill any of them.
That would be ideal.
Well, is there any of them that isn't been doing this that we can talk to?
I have some contacts out in the local pack. I haven't heard from them in a while, but you could try going down to. You could try heading down to downtown. There's a old toy shop. One of the owners is a wolf. I tried to visit with them the other day, but they just shooed me out of the building. So maybe you'll have more luck with them.
Ooh, toys.
Right?
Any other questions?
Are there any dead bodies we can look at?
What? Why do you want to look at dead bodies?
She said they were killing people. It'd be nice to investigate the bodies and see if there are any clues.
Take your pick. They're all down at the morgue or in the cemetery. Since New Year's this year, we've had, I'd say, about 50 killings. It's too much. We got to stop it. But
50,
I'm so understaffed right now that there's just no way that my little team could tackle this problem. I need deputies.
Have you been able to track any of this to some sort of pattern?
Like I said, we haven't had much time to investigate. It's all just seems random.
We get location of all the killings and the ages and of all the people killed.
Also dates of when they occurred.
Yeah.
I might be able to help, see it when it happened. If you want to watch the werewolf kill the people, I guess. I don't know why you want. You can just watch them do it. That's
That is
the
a
thing.
weird way to ask that.
I mean,
But hey, it could be useful.
Could be useful. Could see something that is being missed after the
do
fact.
you want me to try and scry on the event, and I can, if you hold my hand, I can show it to you.
Was the professor murdered by werewolves?
We think it's possible. It's very indicative of these kind of attacks.
I would reach into my bag and pull out the picture I took from his office, and I'll hand it to Trixi, and I'll say, "Hey, this was my friend's. I think he was attacked. Would that help you, zero in on him?"
It definitely can't hurt.
And I want to see my friend die, but...
Let me try.
How would your friend die?
Does the picture help me? I'm trying to observe and know the place or time.
Right. I will say, I'll say that the picture gives you a 1 forward.
Sounds good.
Hold your hand. I'll watch the friend die.
That's real low.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Sure.
I get a +2, +3. So it's a 7. So it technically succeeds.
Yep.
I will
There's a glitch.
say it's a short duration.
Okay. So you concentrate on this picture, this happy family of husband, wife, and 2 kids, and suddenly your vision starts to shake, almost like a bad signal to a TV. and the night sky starts flashing in and out, and now instead you are seeing a lit hallway. It's quiet. You can hear some laughter down the hallway, and your vision starts kind of floating down the hall towards the sounds, and you see two boys that they seem to be playing with some sort of like Nerf gun or something, and just shooting at each other, dodging behind sofas and chairs and such. You see the man you assume is the husband. He is sitting on one end of the couch, and the wife isn't there, but you hear a light humming coming from what you assume is like the kitchen area. And all of a sudden, there's a loud bang at the door, and the husband sits up and looks over at the door, startled, and the kids like stop what they're doing, and then there's another bang and another bang, and the dad says, "Boys, go to your room," and they do as they're told, partly out of respect and partly out of fear. And then, just as the boys leave your field of vision, the door splinters open, and you see standing there in the rain that there is the outline of some hulking beast. And you see creeping into the light a snout full of blood-stained teeth, and that's where your vision cuts out.
So as I come out of the vision, Michael, were you holding my hand to see this?
I was not.
Okay, well then I would immediately like open my eyes and just like start hyperventilating, like, definitely werewolf, probably murdered the professor and his family, in their home. Did not see them be like ripped apart.
So the family's dead too?
They were all at their house, and the werewolf just like bashed in the front door. And they didn't have any weapons or anything, so I'm assuming they're dead.
How long ago did your friend die?
I think it was just a couple days ago.
I wonder if we could still go in the house and investigate, see if there's any clues. Also, maybe talk with the local police and see what they gathered from clues. I can do that.
I'm sure I could muscle my way in there.
You don't need to do that. I got contacts.
Or I could just flash my badge and say that I'm taking over.
I mean, me too.
What?
So Susie looks at you all and says, "Well, all right, I assume you're all on board then." And then she's going to she'll hand David a card, and on one side it says Hunt, and on the back side there's a phone number. And she says, "Call me when you know something."
Okay, so question.
Yes.
Is this Susie like my mom, Susie?
That is one and the same.
I knew it!
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
Not my mom. Danica's mom.
Danica, yeah.
Right.
Yes. So yeah, Susie hobbles away with an obvious limp to her, and she gets inside an old Oldsmobile Cutlass that was parked behind some bushes, and she takes off. And as you're standing there on the cliff, you hear as fireworks start going off, and that's when you all realize it is.
I pull out my gun, and I'm like, "Oh, it's the 4th of July." I hear they have great fireworks at the Mount Rushmore. Is that nearby?
Are you a little jumpy over there?
No.
You
Forgot it
were
was
full
the 4th
draw.
of July. Listen! You know how long it takes to drive here from New York? Do you know how tired I am?
I drove here from Boston.
Because you're as tired as I am.
And before that, DC. So yeah, I'm aware of how long it takes.
Wait, you're aware what? You're
A
aware
werewolf?
To get here.
Oh, okay. Not aware person. Okay.
Yeah.
We were talking about werewolves,
Yeah.
and you were saying you're an aware.
I got it. I picked it up.
So, do we kick this shindig off in the morning, or do we see if we can get into your friend's house and do some investigating tonight? Loud fireworks. Nobody would hear a lock break.
That's true. The cover of night would help us get in.
I thought we were just going to flash our badges.
Well,
Yeah,
if there's no
I'm
cops.
not concerned.
There's no cops there at the middle of the night.
Maybe.
Probably locked the
Well,
door.
if they're there, then...
If they're there. If they're not
flash the
there,
badges.
we'll have to break a lock.
Guess we can
With
go.
all due respect to your dead friend, of course.
I mean, he was just my online friend. Never met him in real life.
Okay.
Did I possibly see his address while I was in his house? Or would anyone know his address, I should ask?
He's your...
I probably would have known it because I'm sure we would have discussed it because I knew where where he worked.
I
and,
mean, it would probably be easy to find his address.
probably just find a yellow book. Yellow
Yeah,
pages.
Michael
Books, yeah.
knows his full name and where he worked, and so he can probably piece together with a phone book where he lived. So, I will
probably
say
the paper.
for
He was just murdered.
expediting
They don't put the
it,
address in the paper?
It'll be
that
There'd be pictures.
you
That's like a
travel
huge
down the road
violation
a
to
little
put
bit,
the
you
address
find
in
a
the
In the
phone
90s,
paper.
they did it.
and you look through the phone book and find his address like that. So now you have his address. Are you heading over there then?
Lead the way.
Okay.
We all going in one car
Yeah, we're gonna
or
carpool
all in
there?
our own cars? It's more suspicious if we carpool, but we can also just all take our own.
Gas is cheap. We can just drive.
Yeah, it's like, what,
It's like $5
not
to
even
fill up my
$1?
truck.
It's like 90 cents to fill up.
Yeah, 90
Yeah.
cents a gallon.
Let's see.
What was it? I remember being like $1.05 when I was in high school.
We can load up in my truck.
90 cents. Nope. $1.
I mean...
I remember thinking, oh,
Justice
gas
for
is just
inflation,
$1.
$20.
Oh,
Matter to me.
Okay.
We're riding. You guys, welcome to ride my station wagon. Just had the seats cleaned.
it does look nice.
I don't mind.
Okay, we can all
Okay.
Russian roulette on whose car we're taking, or we can pick votes.
I don't think we should Russian roulette. That's a different. That's a tour game.
No.
Pulls out ankle
Yeah.
All right, who's
Girl-
going first?
The girls go and the boys go in two separate cars. That way, if we need to split up, we can.
All right, you want to ride with me in the station wagon? Call her Chandra.
Oh, I love that.
Okay.
Chandra's so
Seemed
pretty.
like okay.
So you all split
What do you
into
want? My
two
daughter
vehicles,
named her.
boys and girls, and you take off, right?
Yes.
Thanks for tuning in to Campaigns of the Plains channel. To catch new material every Friday on YouTube, and make sure to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. Now, on with the show.
So,
What?
How old are
I
you?
assume
Me?
you park your cars somewhere else, and then
32.
you take your other two vehicles over to the address of the professor's
you?
house. When you pull up,
21.
it looks like, I mean, the neighborhood isn't quite that old. Like, it was probably built in the 70s, and like the late 70s, and so some of the houses look pretty nice yet, and most of them are kind of ranch-style homes, low to the ground, one story. They have attached garages on them, and most vehicles are parked up in the driveway, although occasionally you will see a car parked along the street. You see like a Buick and a Ford, and you also see like a security company's van parked along the side of the road. And you pull up to the professor's house. Where are you parking?
Driveway?
Probably should park down the street.
Yeah.
It's true. I'll park wherever you park. You're following.
Yeah, just around the corner,
Yeah.
probably.
Okay. Yeah, you kind of park at a site and get out and walk your way to the house. What would you like to do?
Is the door
No one
bashed
is there.
Is there any police tape or anything like that?
Right. So you look, and there is a yellow cross across the door of police tape. Everything is dark inside. It is like late at night, so there isn't anyone around. It is dark out. There is a street light not too far away from you, but it doesn't cast enough light over here for anyone to really see what you guys are doing, nor can you see anyone moving in that light. So it's pretty dark.
I'm gonna hand out gloves to everyone who wants or needs them.
As you see me with my little box of gloves. Oh.
Well, I assumed you would have your own.
Oh no, I'll take yours. Yours are black.
Okay.
Okay.
I can put these over my fingerless gloves.
I do also have...
I want you to take out like scissors and just cut the tips off the glove and then put them on the fingertips of your fingerless glove. Oh, okay.
I have I also brought a forensic kit if we need it.
Good.
And I also have some tape, some crime scene tape, in case we need to move any crime scene tape. You never know what you need to do.
So we can just replace what's here so that no one knows. I like it.
Yeah.
It's
No.
good.
By the way, everyone, I did not intend this to be a buddy cop show
Right?
along, along with half the cast of Scooby-Doo.
Right? Yeah, exactly. I think it's a will they, won't they? Like, I don't feel tricky. I'm like, are they gonna fuck?
So, are you entering the building then?
Are you entering Toni?
Yeah.
You good luck.
You don't know me. I could be a married woman.
Her middle name is Nomi. Toni Nomi. I think, should we look around and see if like there's a window we can get in, or is there like a back door? Trixie, I bet you like back doors.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you look around, there are plenty of windows here.
I mean, in your vision, the door was broken down, right? So
Yeah.
it probably
Right.
can't lock anymore. So I just opened the front door.
You can just literally walk through the archway that is the front door, just ducking under the tape if you wanted to.
Oh, the door is
Otherwise,
Yeah, the door was busted
completely
open.
gone.
Yeah.
From
Mhm.
the okay.
from the front, you do see a big bay window for the living room. A couple of windows off to the side. You don't know what those are for, but they're likely a bedroom or something. And then there's also the garage door as well.
I think the front door will work just fine, guys. I mean, no one's like around.
I've definitely already walked into the front door.
Oh yeah. Just-
Okay.
Okay. Let's
Okay,
go.
so-
And
You walk in, ducking under the tape, and inside it is a disaster. You see that, and you would see because you saw the vision, that the sofa that was pushed up against the wall is like there's a big shredded mark through it with blood stains on it. The chairs that were in there are flipped over and on their sides. In a corner. Coffee table is like crashed down in the center, like broken in half. The TV has, it looks like something picked up one of the lamps in the room and shoved it through the TV. And you just see a trail of blood leading out of the room, down the hallway.
well, I'm gonna follow the trail of blood.
Yeah.
Okay. You follow the trail of blood, and you do see that there is another trail coming from another room adjacent to the living room, and it kind of joins to meet the one in the hallway. So the blood gets a lot thicker in the hallway, and you walk down the hallway following the blood, and it pulls into a door at the end of the hallway. And the murder was several days ago, so police have altered the crime scene a bit, but you can see that this looks like a master bedroom. There is blood splatter everywhere, and you do see that there's still ropes attached to the bedposts, and you can see at the ends of the ropes they're bloody, as if they were attached to a body. You can ascertain that the cops probably removed the bodies but left the ropes.
Is there like
until
little
crime
chalk outlines
investigations
where
are-
the bodies were?
It's a blood
It-
outline.
Not quite. You can't put chalk on fabric that easily, especially when they're drenched in blood. But yeah, the sheets are drenched in blood, and there is a little closet to the side that the door looks like it's closed.
I'd like to do my connect the dots here. So
Okay.
I'm assuming this would be the beginning of the mystery.
Yeah, I'll count it as that. Sure.
Okay. So, yeah, because it says here, tournaments might be a part of. So I roll plus sharp. Okay. Hey, that's 10. So 12 total. So on a 10 plus, hold 3. Oh, my
Okay.
thing just locked. Okay. So I'm going to spend one of those holds. From looking around here, can I find what this monster wants from these people that it's attacked?
Yeah. So looking around, like it's almost painfully obvious to you that, like, if this were a werewolf attack, like, yeah, sure, it's very gory. There's obvious claw marks. Like, it's almost like they left incriminating evidence to, like, get you off track. Like, yeah, it might have been a werewolf that attacked, but it looks like there was something behind it. And the way the ropes are tied on the bed, like, it looks like someone was tied in an X-like pattern, right? And almost like they were either being tortured or, like, interrogated or held prisoner for some reason. Like, it doesn't make sense if this was just a random killing, why they would keep their prey alive somehow, or at least for the time being. So, yeah, it's very strange to you. So to answer your question more directly, you think that whoever attacked them wanted something from the person, that they held on to something.
It's more like they were looking for answers rather than just coming here to kill someone.
Right.
Okay.
While those guys are doing that, the Fed and the Fedette, can I see if Trixie wants to go and investigate, like if there's like a home office or something?
Yeah, you can go around and investigate other parts of the house.
Yeah.
Where do you go first?
You said
so
is it a ranch? You said.
Yeah, it's a ranch style house, and I'll kind of explain. So, down the hallway, so you're in one of the doors. I'll say that there's 4 doors. No, there's 5 doors down this hallway. There's 3 at the end of the hallway. You went in one of them, which is the master bed.
You would say there's 3 doors down?
Yes, there are 3 doors down.
Okay.
And then closer to the start of the hallway, there's 2 other doors. So, and then, like, where the hallway ends, it splits. One way goes towards the living room, and another way you haven't been in yet. So.
Okay. Should we just go and open doors and see what we see?
Yeah, I mean,
Let's
we might
just-
find
we can
some
see-
evidence the cops didn't even find.
Yeah, we can look in the kids' room. We can look to see what other rooms are. So yeah, we just start opening doors.
Okay. Yeah, so the door right next to the parents' room is just a linen closet, so that's nothing. And then the other door at the end of this hallway, you open it up, and you do see that it is some sort of, like, office space with a desk in it, a short little file cabinet, some potted plants, just very, like, nothing much to see here. There is a computer there.
Okay.
Looks a little on the newer side. Yeah.
You said there's like a filing cabinet.
Yes.
Can I try to open that, or is it locked?
Yeah. You try and open it, and it does open. You look through it, and
Taxes.
I would say that mostly it's tax stuff, I guess let's have someone roll an investigate mystery if you want to dig through this office some more.
I'm not helpful or sharp. So, can I like enhance him? It's like with magic to like make him.
You can certainly try.
I will try and like make him more perceptive in some way.
This is like the one thing I'm
okay.
good at.
With some magic.
I rolled an 8 plus a 2 sharp, so that's 10.
Okay.
Okay.
And I rolled a 9,
A 9, and
which
so
is a glitch. So I will say it's not. It's weakened.
okay. So you are trying to basically give him something beyond human limitations. I'm guessing.
Correct.
So okay.
Like make him either like faster or
Right.
I don't know.
So what did you roll?
I rolled a 9.
I rolled a 10. I rolled a 10 with my sharp.
You rolled a 10. Okay. Tell you what. I'll go ahead and what was your glitch?
It's weakened.
Oh, it's weakened. Okay. Tell you what. I'll give you +1 forward. You don't have to use it right now.
Okay.
But it will probably fizzle out by the end of your investigating this house.
Okay.
So,
Sounds good. And then can I jump on the computer and try to
yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
like see if I can log in? I don't know. I don't remember what computers were like in the 90s. I remember like Windows Millennium, and you could like
Yeah.
Windows
I don't
95 isn't even here yet.
Yeah, I don't even
wouldn't
think
know.
in 1990 you could do much except for like
You were most likely using a command.
Yeah, which
Yep.
yeah.
I studied in college, so I'm proficient in computer, and that's how I met the professor.
Windows 3 was out in 1990.
Okay.
And you wiggle the mouse, and the first thing you see when the computer wakes up, because it was still turned on and it wasn't like powered down or anything, because that's what people did back then.
Right.
Don't turn it off. It takes 2
you
hours
see
to
that
turn
there's a
back
game
on.
of solitaire still up that was not closed last time.
Can I finish it? Can I see the next? Can I do the next move?
Yes, you may use the next. You can do the next move. Tell you what, just roll 2 dice and tell me what you get.
6.
6. That is a miss. So eventually you get to a point where you have like 2 cards of the same color and same like number, and you can move one down and move the other up, or move that one back down and the other one up, and you're just stuck in a loop. And you get frustrated and close it.
I just never understood this game. I just move stuff around. Can I just like minimize? Get out of here.
Okay.
Open mind sweep.
So
Minesweeper.
okay, so you got a 10 plus on your investigate mystery. So what do you want to know?
I'm just looking to see if he had any like private files. See if there's anything like he can like, because we used to like
Okay.
communicate through message boards. I'm trying to see what he's been
Right.
researching and
Okay.
see like if someone wanted that information.
Okay. So as you're digging around the computer, you do find a folder. And you click it open, and it is full of pictures. And you recognize a lot of these pictures because it relates to your story. You see a lot of like bright lights, a lot of pictures of the night sky, just moving bulbs, orbs of light. And you see in this folder down lower, there's also a few like text files. And you click these open, and they are like confessionals of different victims who have experienced this phenomenon.
Okay.
And like you also see, it looks like, well, actually, let's go back. You also, as you're doing all this, you see on his desk, it was kind of like stuffed underneath the desktop machine, but it's a manila folder, and you pull it out, and inside you see a hand-drawn like flow chart or spider chart of kind of the professor's ideas. And on there you see like UFOs, big circle, like aliens, big circle, and then like sightings at night, and like abductions, and like age ? And like what you get from it all is that, like, generally the people who have experienced this phenomenon, they tend to be older. There are some young cases, but they're generally like of a mature age or older. And then you see something you didn't expect to see. You see fairies, question mark, pixies, question mark. And then you see a word, and you're not even quite sure how to pronounce it, because it's definitely like not English, but it's Sidhe.
Do I see this word
Oh.
that he's looking at?
Yeah, you can read it. Do you know Celtic?
No, but I can try and read a different language.
Okay, go ahead.
That's a 9.
A 9. So it works imperfectly. There's a glitch.
Yep, I'll do a short duration.
Okay, and you don't need it very long. So it says here, C, and the C is like, it's hard to translate it in your mind, and then all of a sudden you get like almost like a picture of like a bright place where like everything is kind of like starbursting, like all the lights are starbursting. It's hard to focus, and you in your mind you think kingdom, fairy,
Fairy Kingdom? Huh. I wonder what that means.
and then the vision cuts out.
Like I'm pondering out loud. Fairy Kingdom?
What are you talking about?
The sea, that word, and I point to the Celtic word. That's a fairy kingdom.
What does that have to do with werewolves and aliens?
I don't know. I don't know anything about what's going on. I didn't know aliens existed until just now.
Huh. I don't know. Fairies existed until about 5 minutes ago.
Well, we learn something new every day. As I accidentally trip over the power cord.
Don't unplug it!
Sorry.
Yeah, the screen goes into a thin line and then cuts out.
Oh.
Ooh. That was like a $3,000 machine you just fried, Trixie.
I'm sorry. I'll try and plug it back in, and I'll get down and try and plug it back in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you turn it back in, and back in the day, like, when you push the power button on a computer, it clicked in and it was on. So, being it's still in on mode, you do see, like, the DOS start running across the screen, and it is rebooting. Yeah, so I would say that all was what's being concealed here.
Okay.
So, you have another question you can ask based on your role, so.
Well, for one, can I find like a floppy disk? Can I? Is that a thing?
Mm-hmm.
Can I like
Yes.
save those files onto a floppy? Like these?
Yeah. You dig through his desk drawer and you find a floppy disk, and as soon as the machine boots back up, you can start downloading his pictures and files onto the floppies. You go through about 10 of them.
I'm just gonna say you're gonna have a bunch.
Yeah. Because it's like 7-inch floppies, right? Like not even like the 4-inch.
Yeah.
It's like the.
I would have to double check when they moved to the small floppies, but yeah, it's still a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, so all right. But yeah, like, is there anything else you want to know? Like, what happened here? What sort of creature is it? What can it do? What can hurt it? Where did it go? What was it going to do?
Can we like? What were they again? Like, what kind of creature? What was it?
Yeah, what happened here? What sort of creature? What can it do? What can hurt it? Where did it go? What was it going to do?
Yeah. Can I like? What did it want? Can I figure that out? Or is that?
Yeah. So
Like
seeing the bloody room, and this was kind of part of David's ability, but I would say it's fairly obvious that like this doesn't look like a normal like beast attack. Like the victims were drugged from one room to another and for some reason interrogated. You start kind of piecing together that you're thinking that whatever the professor was researching, either the attackers wanted to know about it or they wanted to stop him.
Yeah.
Is what you ascertain.
And then with that, can I know for sure? Do we know they're werewolves? or is that beyond? Like, 'cause
All
we just
outward
saw
signs
things.
point to werewolf.
Okay.
But obviously, you'll also see that the professor was not only investigating UFOs,
Yeah.
but also apparently also the mythological, the fairy kingdom for some reason.
So I'd look at Trixie and be like, what do werewolves have to do with fairies and aliens? Like, do you get it? Like, you saw fangs in the vision you said, but you didn't see a werewolf. You just saw, like, do you get any other vibes being in this house?
I mean, it definitely gave me the idea of werewolf. I mean, it was a big furry creature and it had a snout. I would assume that's a werewolf. I've never seen one before. But I mean, I've also never seen aliens or fairies before, so I don't know how these are all connected.
Yeah.
But I mean, the claw marks on the sofa makes me think werewolf, but maybe it's like a smart werewolf or something, and it wanted information out of these people.
Yeah.
Like, when I think werewolf, I think just ripping people to shreds, but
Yeah,
this
primal.
doesn't seem like that. I will take out a piece of paper and start like jotting down notes of like what I remember seeing,
Okay.
and trying to like perfect possibly a new road.
Okay, sounds good. All right. So while they're doing that in the office, what are you other two doing in the bedroom?
Fucking.
That was worded poorly.
I think I would have continued to look around the house to just as part of my investigating, realizing, okay, what I'm finding in this bedroom, the understanding that it seems like it's something like it almost seems like evidence was planted to make us think.
I want to investigate like the area of first contact when the thing burst into the house when he attacked the people,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
see if I can determine what it is.
Okay, so you're going back to the living room.
Yeah.
All right. I think that's still investigate mystery roll.
Okay.
Can I help? Seeing as like we're
Yeah, you can help out.
okay. What is the roll?
It's plus cool to help out.
Oh well. That's a 6. So I do not help.
Failure.
Yeah.
Mark your experience.
Yeah. You try and help, and you actually trip her a little bit. So,
Wow. I got a 7.
Oh,
you got a 7. Okay, so you get to hold 1.
Okay.
So, what do you want to know about this entryway?
I want to know what's being concealed in relation to, like, is this something pretending to be a werewolf, basically?
Okay. So you search kind of the doorway area. I mean, it all seems pretty standard. You see that the cops must have moved the door to kind of the side to get it out of the way. There's still little chunks of wood everywhere, and as you're kind of looking around, you do see something rather unusual, and it's kind of glinting in the light that comes through the doorway from the street. And you pick it up, and it looks like a piece of crystal, or glass. It's pretty dark in here. You can't. I guess I should have asked. Did any of you bring flashlights?
I have a
I think we all
flashlight
have one, don't
yeah.
in my
we? Here.
my research or my research
Okay.
my crime scene kit.
Okay. So yeah, you have a flashlight, and you start looking it over. It looks like a piece of amethyst or something, a purple glass of some sort. And you found this piece of glass buried in one of the claw marks on what was left of the door.
You see this?
Yeah. I don't.
Yeah, and so
Amethyst is a sharp crystal, right? Could it be used to cut?
I don't see why not.
I mean, crystals are hard. Kill somebody with a crystal if it's sharp enough.
You can kill someone with pretty much anything if it's sharp enough.
Saw somebody with a spoon sticking out of their eye once.
That doesn't surprise me.
Someone was trying to have ice cream.
It was not an instant death, I will tell you that.
So, yeah, you find this little piece of amethyst. That pretty sure that unless this wolf was dressed in jewelry, like there shouldn't be a gem here in the wreckage of this door. So
I think we need to go to the precinct tomorrow, get crime scene photos, see what the bodies look like, how they were posed, and go see them in person, look at the wounds. They've only been dead 2 days. Probably an open murder investigation. They haven't been given to family yet. We should also see if everyone's dead, or if anyone's alive, and if anyone's alive, if they've heard or seen anything.
You know, this definitely looks like a whole family was living here, so I'm sure there must be kids. Hey, Michael.
Yeah.
You knew these people?
I knew the professor. I never met his family.
Did he mention if he had kids?
The picture shows 2 kids, a wife.
Okay.
There's also a toy train, right? It's covered in blood. He could have been interested in trains.
Could.
Also, that big picture above the mantle.
I had no reason to flash my light up there.
You're supposed to observe the entire surrounding when you're observing a crime scene.
Yeah, well, I'm a little busy right now. Okay.
Looking at that.
Wasn't gonna say it.
I know.
How can he see it?
Totally shipping these guys.
My blazer goes down past my butt.
But your pumps really make it.
They
ass
really
stand
make
up,
it pop
you know?
out, yeah.
Wow. That's what pumps do.
The pumps too.
So, I'm actually just go and find these 2. What have you found?
Do you guys know anything about fairies or sheed?
I don't know. Do I know anything about fairies or the sheed?
Seed?
Shade?
Shade?
Sheed?
Sade?
Guys, we're butchering it.
Sade.
We don't know how to say it.
I believe it's called the Sheed.
The
Fairy
sheed?
Kingdom.
Yeah. Is that like Avalon? That's just me asking.
Oh, I think it's similar. It's the realm of fairies and
Fairies.
such.
Don't you remember our friend was in love with the Fairy King or something like that? I don't remember. What's her name? The Biddy?
Biddy.
Oh, Biddy?
Yeah.
Oh, I remember that. I remember her, but I don't remember that.
I don't know anything about fairies, but maybe our contact Susie does.
Yeah.
She seems well versed in creatures.
I mean, I'm not really. Wouldn't be surprised if any of that stuff exists.
I'm surprised by nothing anymore.
I kind of expect it, really.
Did you guys find anything?
I found a piece of
Well,
amethyst buried in a claw mark, which tells me that maybe they're not claw marks, but I need to see the bodies.
I've got a pretty
Examine
good
the wounds.
feeling that whatever did this was trying to throw us off and make us think it was
That's the vibe I'm getting.
just werewolves.
So
Trixie,
here's
you're
the-
kind of hippy dippy. Do you know anything about crystals?
yeah, I'm sure I do.
Yeah, what does amethyst represent? Is it like strength and...
Yeah. What's your sun sign?
Right? Do I need to roll for this, or would I just innately know this?
Well, I guess what are you? Are you just trying to determine what people think it's associated with?
Yeah, but isn't that,
I mean,
calming and
I'll let
protective?
you role play that.
I mean, I personally don't know anything about it,
Uh-huh.
but I'd be like, I mean, it's usually about, strength and, finding your inner beauty, and it's usually, supposed to make you heal faster. If you have a disease or anything, it really helps soothe your body. But I don't know why it would be in a door.
Better
That
stuff
seems
some
really
amethyst in my
odd.
pockets. It helps to heal your body.
Yeah, it's...
I don't know. If you look past me, your body looks pretty fine.
You found
Oh,
it?
thanks. I work out every morning. I go for
Um,
runs.
Wait.
Would I know anything from my parents? I'm assuming they've used crystals in some fashion.
Mhm.
Would I know if there's a magical reason, not necessarily
Mhm.
homeopathy, but more of if they're actually a warding or something like that.
Well, usually amethyst is a color of love. So it's common in love rituals, and you might also see it in protection magic, and that's mostly what humans use it for. I guess that's all you would know.
Well,
are
this
you
is not
doing
very
anything else
live,
with
laugh,
it?
love.
I mean, I would handle it
Mhm.
and see if I recognize anything. And maybe go over to the door and see where it was, if there was any runes or sigils or anything
Okay.
around it or nearby it that might have been concealed in any way, I would potentially try and like, if I don't see anything, I would probably try and cast some magic to try and illuminate that.
Okay.
Um,
I mean, so are you investigating or?
I would immediately just like look at it. I'm not investigating. I'm just like looking at the door.
Okay.
I'm not like dissecting it or anything.
Right. I mean, looking at the door, there's nothing obvious that sticks out other than that one piece of crystal or glass that Toni found. And the rest just looks like a destroyed door. They're just splintered wood and such. There's nothing that was etched into it. There was a pane of glass at the top that's shattered now.
Do I remember from before the door was destroyed if the glass had anything of significance in it?
Back to your vision, no. It was a door's a door. So,
Okay.
Yep. I'm just trying to guide you down the right road here.
I understand.
Curtains are blue.
I feel like the amethyst was more for protection, potentially a warding spell. But these people didn't seem magical. I don't.
I mean, guys seem to have an obsession with fairies. Maybe he looked up some spells.
It's possible.
I'll give you one more thing. So as you're rolling this shard around in your hand, you see that on most sides it looks like it was cut. Like there's clear faucets on the sides, but then on one end of it, it looks like it broke off.
So it was attached
Like it was
to
attached
something
to something and it broke off.
I like why it was part of a claw. I mean, it was buried in a claw mark, which tells me that it could have been the thing that made the claw mark. Maybe like an amethyst dagger or something.
That's possible. I don't know if a dagger would look different than a claw mark. That's not my expertise.
Are you doing anything else in the house, or what would you like to?
I think we should look in every room, don't you?
Okay.
We haven't been in like the kids' room,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's I think one more room you said. And there's a hallway we haven't been down.
Yeah, so there was the kids' room and another room, but you haven't been to either of those.
Can we go down the hallway and go down there then? Or
Yes.
I will.
Yeah. I'll go check one.
Okay. You open up one of the doors and it's just a bathroom. Looks pretty clean, except the toilet could be scrubbed better. And then across the hallway from that is you see a kid's room. Inside you see two poster beds, short poster beds, and one on each side of the room. You see a nightstand for each of them. And then there's also like a set of dressers at the end of each bed, with a little closet built into one of the walls, and a window that shines in between the two nightstands. So
Is there blood in this room?
you look around and there is no blood in this room.
Is the window open or closed?
The window is closed.
Any sign of like anything out of order?
Hey, Trixi,
Oh yeah.
can you do your look back in time stuff in this room and see if the kids maybe didn't die?
I can sure try. I will like sit down and kind of meditate a bit and close my eyes and grab like one of their stuffed animals to help kind of focus. Oh, that's real bad. That's only a 5. And because it fails, suggestion, it like sparks off of me, and like hits a wall and potentially near misses one of them.
Mm-hmm. So suddenly, Michael, you are taken back to that fateful day. You are staring up into like a sterile white light ceiling, and you are pinned down and you can't move, and fear is just sinking in and all through, and just you want to move so hard but you can't. And the rest of you all see as Michael is just catatonic in this corner, just wide-eyed, and like a couple of tears start rolling down his cheeks, and it looks as if he can't move.
Am I still in a trance of any sort, or have I?
No, your spell backfired and hit Michael.
Can I try and just kind of like shake his shoulder, like?
Yeah, you start shaking his shoulder and shake a little harder, and Michael, you wake up, but what do you do as he's shaking you?
Probably try to swing at him.
Okay.
Probably.
Do you want to kick some ass?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll kick ass.
Okay. That's tough.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, I'm not tough.
You
That I rolled a 4, but it's a -1, so that'll be a 3. So I'm a big, strong boy, and I just swing. And are you? How tall are you?
I'm like, I don't know, like 6-ish.
Okay. So maybe I just like swing like over your head, and like
Yeah. You swing
Just
and
like, like, whoa, what the?
Are you okay?
and David, you can clearly see it coming. He's not in the right mind at the time, so
That was
you dodge out of the way.
traumatic.
We'll find
Did
it.
we see that?
Yes, you see all this happen.
You are. That was traumatic as fuck. Are you okay?
They were. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't know where I was. I thought I was back there.
Seemed a little out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was that? Were you like in a psych ward or something?
Sorry about that. That sometimes happens. When I try and do magic. That was kind of one of the reasons I was gonna go to Susie. She was supposed to help me so that doesn't happen again. But I mean, it sometimes
Again?
Make
hurts
people go catatonic?
Well, I mean, not always. I mean, some people just, they get a small cut or something, or sometimes they, go catatonic for a couple of seconds.
It's like you sent me
really
back
depends.
in time. I had like a flashback to my abduction.
Wait, hold on. Okay. We need to.
Abduction like you were kidnapped, or abduction like you were alien napped?
All I know is I was in the woods with some friends before graduation, and suddenly there was a bright light, a gush of wind, and I couldn't move, and it just comes back to me in flashes. I remember being in like a sterile room. I hear them talking. Didn't really see them. I felt pressure, just a lot of pressure. And then we all woke up the next morning, and we were back where we were.
Is this how you knew the professor?
Yeah, that's how we got in touch. I graduated from high school and went to college, and got in touch with him on some message boards. I was looking for answers, and met him, and we've kind of just been sharing information back and forth and trying to figure out the truth. It's out there.
This is some close encounters of third kind shit, okay?
It was the first kind. It was
like
first kind. It was the second time.
werewolves, sure. Vampires, yeah. Fairies, I guess. Aliens too? Okay.
Or something. I
Yeah,
mean, I'm not
I mean-
using the A word, but
Oh no, I definitely think there
Yeah.
are.
Yeah.
There are
But
definitely
there's something.
aliens. There has to be.
I mean, why not? If vampires exist, why can't
Actually,
aliens
I
exist?
kind of wonder, what if the aliens did have something to do with what's going on here?
I don't know. I mean, we found like a flow chart on the professor's computer, and it's, aliens, UFOs, and then it's also talking about fairies and pixies and the Sheed. I don't understand how that goes, but like, are they the same?
I
We
think
use
it
the
is.
word alien, but
This maybe is something we should talk to Susie about. She seems well versed in in the supernatural. Maybe she knows a little bit about aliens too.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
Well,
And we also need. I think we should talk to the werewolf contact. I think we should also go to the morgue, look at the bodies. Go to-
what we can do in the morning is we can have a couple of us go down to that was the toy shop.
Yeah. Who
Yep.
wants to go to the toy shop?
Oh, I love toys. I would love to go.
Oh, none of y'all want to go see dead bodies?
I don't know if I want to see my friends dead bodies.
That's
I'll go
I
see dead-
understand that.
You,
don't
you
wanna-
and I are the
you-
professionals in all of this. Let's go see the dead bodies together.
Why do we keep going to see dead bodies?
Christian, why?
I think it says more about you.
I mean, or if you squeamish, I can go to the morgue and you can go to the precinct.
I guess we do need to go see the precinct, huh?
Split
Unless
the
they're
party.
still in the.
It
Unless
could
they're
be the
still.
same.
It could be in the same building. It's small.
The morgue's usually in the basement.
Yeah. Well, it depends on if it's it's a murder case, so the body would be still at the precinct morgue and not at the funeral home morgue. So
Or hospital.
hospital morgue.
We'll find out.
We'll
I've
figure
never
it out.
been here.
Me either. But I know this guy named Larry. He's on the force.
Not spots.
Not a sponsor.
Not spawn, but tasty.
Is that a cucumber, huh?
It's classic lime,
Ooh.
so it's a margarita.
Oh, handy.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like the
Good.
margarita.
Yeah, that's what I've been drinking tonight.
Mhm.
I'm doing a variety pack, and
Mhm.
I say yes to the cucumber watermelon and to the classic lime.
I just got this new Fit Gatorade.
Yeah.
Please
That's-
ignore me eating combos while I drink my Fit
Yeah.
Gatorade.
And this has been
It's all
what you
healthy.
drinking corner.
What do you got? You still got bowls?
I finished my balls.
Got no balls.
I'm currently drinking.
Trixie, you got balls?
I think you need more balls.
I mean,
What you put down your
no,
mouth, Trixie?
water.
agua.
Is there anything else you're looking for in this room or in the house?
I don't think so.
Can I just investigate mystery in the kids' room? Because it's kind of weird that like
Yeah, and I will say that you still have that plus
Plus
one
one.
forward
Okay.
since you're still in the house. So
that's sharp.
Mhm.
Ooh, I need it. So that's 7.
7 total.
Yes.
Okay, so you can ask one thing. So what do you want to know about the kids' room?
Is there anything that we missed? Like, is there anything bizarre that we just overlooked because it's so normal that we just didn't? You know what I mean?
Right. So you're looking around the kids' room as everyone else is starting to file out, and you realize that a couple of the drawers on the dresser are pulled open yet,
Okay.
and inside they're empty. Like there's maybe a couple of shirts and pants left, but most of the clothes, it seems, have been emptied out of the dresser. And you look inside one of the closets, and like you see that there's like an empty spot on the floor. Like there's a bunch of toys and crap
Yeah.
piled up in there,
But
but
like someone
there's
maybe
an
took
em-
their, like,
there's an empty
luggage.
spot where someone dug something out, maybe a suitcase or something.
Okay.
Someone take the kids?
Yeah. In your
Okay.
vision.
Say that again.
We should look at the list of, he said 50 victims. We should look at the list of victims and see if they all had kids and if the kids were found.
Uh,
Or if they're all missing.
Hey, I'm gonna go outside. Is there like a newspaper that was left on the doorstep because no one's here to claim it?
Yeah, I'll say out in the lawn, you see one that was just kind of tossed casually aside.
cool. Paperboy's better.
I want to go check that out and see if there's an article about this in there and see if it mentions anything about kids.
Okay. Yeah, you flip through, and you do see a brief mention in the obituaries about the husband and the wife. It's like really brief, almost like they wanted to get the news out there before it got around, but it's not like a full obituary. You see that this was like a day ago, so they might not have a full story or a full obituary yet.
Well, even if the
You
kids
don't
were
see
taken-
anything about the kids though.
Or they, like, obviously aren't going to stay here, so maybe they're at their grandparents' house. They took their clothes. Like, it could be that simple. But
Yeah.
if we can find that out tomorrow. But if they're missing, then we should look into the other cases.
I think we should probably look into it anyway, just
we should cover all our bases.
but I believe we may have gotten everything out of this house.
I think so too. What hotels are
Okay.
you guys staying in? I just got to town, so I don't have one booked.
Did we go into every room? We didn't go around the corner, did we?
The only place you haven't explored was around the corner, the other way from where the hallway splits.
Can we just go in there
So,
just to make sure?
Yeah.
I like to need to
I
compare
thought
the map
we did.
just to see what it is.
yeah.
I don't think we'll find anything,
you,
but
you turn the corner, and in front of you, you see a small dining room and a kitchen that attaches to it. And it's just a butcher scene in here, just blood splattered across the walls, and looks like the putrid remains of what was supposed to be dinner that night is still rotting on the counter.
I want to investigate this area too because it looks like another where an attack first happened.
Yeah.
To see if I can find anything That might have been.
Yeah,
missed.
sure.
Okay.
Investigate.
Ooh, 12.
12. Awesome. You get to hold 2. What would you like to ask?
What sort of creature is it?
Okay. So, looking at the blood splatters and some claw marks that were left in the kitchen counter, seems like werewolf, but again, as you're searching, you come across something glittery, and you pass it over with your flashlight, and it looks like purple glitter.
Is it more amethyst?
Yeah, it's like that same amethyst color. And I guess you think, based on everything that you've been told by the others, like, you're thinking, well, I mean, Tinkerbell has like fairy dust. Is this fairy dust?
That's what I was going with. Fairy dust. Okay, my second question.
What was for dinner?
What was for dinner?
What was this
What
before?
was
meatloaf?
Whatever this is.
Oh,
What was
meatloaf
it?
sounds great.
What was it going to do? So, like,
Okay.
maybe, like, I don't know, the nature of the attack, or why it, like, kept them alive for a while, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
What did it want?
What did it want?
So
That's not an option.
as you're kind of investigated this murder scene, you find something very unnerving that the cops apparently missed. You find buried it's in the trash can in the corner, and it's underneath like an old meat container, so maybe they mistook it for like ground beef or something, but you peer at it, it is obviously a heart. And did you tell them about your vision? Yeah.
It's all about the whole thing, yeah.
You assume that the person in this kitchen was probably the mom making dinner, and that because of like how gruesome these blood splatters are, they didn't care about the mom. She like was killed immediately. It was the father who was drugged into another room. And you can assume there is a drag mark of blood that goes to the bedroom. But again, everything points to that this was like supposed to be staged. And so I think you think that whoever did this wanted to make it look like some premeditated murder against these people, instead of like the like gruesome like tactics that they use against them.
Is the heart a human heart?
It is a human heart.
I pointed out to everyone.
That seems like a real big thing to miss.
Should we bag it for him?
Bag it and tag it.
Yeah.
I'll pull out one of my little crime seed bags and slosh it in there.
Okay. Is there anything else you would like to do in the house?
That's everything. All the rooms, right?
I think so.
Yeah, you flip this house, so.
Oh, what a great market to flip a house in.
Oh man.
Make so much money.
Right.
This is pre like the 2008 crash. Like
Are
we're
we-
gonna make like we're gonna sell it for like 70,000.
Yeah, once
Even
you get
though
all
there
the
were
blood out
murders
the
in
walls.
here.
Yeah,
Like, ghosts add a little bit of flair.
yeah.
I mean, I can banish any spirits.
Oh.
Yeah, but you can't banish the fact that you still have to report someone was murdered.
That's true.
Ah, damn.
Anyway, so unless you have anything else, you all collect whatever evidence you're taking with you, and you head back out to your vehicles, presumably to find a hotel to stay at tonight. And as you start up your vehicles and take off, seemingly unnoticed, we zoom out and see the quiet little street that this unfortunate murder took place on. And as we do, we pass that security van again, and the taillights flare to life and starts inching closer, following its prey. And that's where we will end tonight's session.
Oh
Yeah.
no. Oh no, we're in danger.
Mm-hmm.
We're being tailed. Let's go. All right.
I thought about checking out the van, but I was
did
like,
too, yeah.
I feel like that's a little meta. Like, I
Yeah.
don't think Trixie would think to check the van.
So, thank you everyone for watching this prequel series. We will have another episode coming up next week. Make sure to tune in and like us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, all of those.
MySpace.
Follow us on your favorite podcast.
Angelfire.com.
It's a great way to pass.
Check out
the
our
time
Angel
on
Fire
your commute.
website.
So, thank you all, and have a good night.
Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week. Make sure that whatever platform you're watching or listening on, you are following and or subscribing. If for those of you on YouTube, make sure you go down below and let us know what you thought with a comment, and give us a like if you could. Subscribing, hit that bell. If you're on any of our podcast platforms, make sure you are following, and if any of them allow you to comment, go ahead and do so. We do pay attention, and it helps us to know where to go forward.